Hello there, friends. Today is March 26, 2024, and today we're taking a look at a series of 4 Victor Wembanyama rookie cards. We've got the green Prism from the 2023 Prism set, card number 133. We've got the silver, and we've got a cracked ice, and we're looking at the pink cracked ice. So all of these from 2023 Prism basketball, card number 136. We've got 15 recent comps. We'll establish fair market value, provide an offer sheet for you, as well as let you know what I would be selling it for if it was in my collection. Let's start off with the green Prism first here. As you can see on the right-hand side, we have our 15 recent comps. All of these completed through eBay. No buy it now, no best offer, just the bidding process happened to make sure that we see what supply and demand is doing. As you can see, we've got a bit of a crazy graph here with a low of 202.50 and a high of 460. That's a 127.16% swing. That means people are hunting perfect cards. And that brings me to an important note that I always like to let you know. If you plan on using any of these numbers, I recommend only using them in person so that you can make sure you're getting a pristine card. I want you to look at it. I want to make sure the corners are sharp, the edges aren't soft. I want you to make sure that the centering's on point and the surface is clean and scratch free. That way you can make the best purchase that will hopefully get you the best value back. So let's get into it. On the top right-hand corner, we can see PSA submissions of 271. 144 of them have come back at a perfect grade. That's a 53.14% rate of return. In the blue, we've got the average bid price paid in order to win one of these auctions. That comes to $308.71. When you add $4.69 on average in shipping, you get a out-the-door price of $313.40. Now, I wouldn't consider personally to be using this as the fair market value because it doesn't take into consideration that sellers have fees, and those fees generally range between 13 and 15%. That's why we have the orange here. This is what sellers are actually taking home after their fees are paid off. So $267.50 is what I consider fair market value for this card at this moment in time. I do have my stoplight offers here on the right. Green, yellow, red. Green is a first offer, 70% price point of the blue number. That's $216.09. Yellow is a 75% offer. That's $231.53. And red is an 80% offer at $246.97. I also like to make sure I'm getting into the bottom third of sales when possible. So let's sort this ascending and drop down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 222.25 gets me into the bottom third of sales, which is right between the green and yellow. So between first and second offer. So for me, if I'm hunting this card in person at a shop or a show, I'm willing to go up to 225. That is my new hard stop. If I was interested in selling this card, I would go to the bottom and go up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would be asking 281 in person. Or if I wanted to throw it on eBay for a buy it now, that would be a $325, and I could still hopefully make that $55 or so in profit. So that's what I would mark it at. 267 is fair market value. I'd be trying to get it for 225 or less, and I would sell it for 281. Next up, let's take a look at the silver Prism. Again, a lot of variability with this graph as well. Not quite as big of a swing, but 116 is still a huge percentage swing. People, once again, looking for that perfect card. Even have quite a few of them topping that $1,000 raw mark. Holy cow. All right, that's interesting. Let's look down below. We've got 435 PSA submissions. 255 have come back perfect 10. That's a 58.62% rate of return. $850.78 is your average bid price to win. We've got $737.76 is going to be average seller take home. That's my, again, fair market value. And my first offer of $595.55 is hopefully going to net me that card. But I've got a second offer of $638 or a third offer $680 there as well. Now, let's look at the top third of sales. Let's drop down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 641.65 gets me into the bottom third of sales. That becomes, again, my new final offer. It lies right between yellow and red. So 641 is what I'm willing to pay for this card in its raw form. If I was willing to sell this card, I'd go 5 from the bottom again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd be looking for at least $771 if I had it in my own collection. And if it was perfect, I'd be asking even more. This is one of those cards that is in very high demand. So if you can find one with perfect centering and sharp corners and basically straight, hard edges there, well, I think you're in good shape for it. That equates to an $890. Buy it now again, though. If that was a perfect card, I think you could pull off more relatively easily. Let's look at the cracked ice. A lot of people call this a silver cracked ice. Let's just call it the ice. We've got a much smaller swing on this one, a 75.08% swing. That's a little better in my opinion. That is, the others were a little too crazy. 75% is more to my liking. Still leaves plenty of opportunity to get some profit. 321 is your low. 562 is your high. And looks like we have blue will be 421.09. Seller take home 365. First offer 294.76. We also had PSA submissions of 616. 401 have come back at a PSA 10. That's a 65% rate of return. Again, insane that this is better than a coin flip's chance of getting a perfect card. Absolutely crazy. Bottom third, what are you going to show us here this time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 342.36 gets you into the bottom third of sales. That actually falls above my 80% hard stop. So we're going to stick at 336.87 as a hard stop if I'm picking up this card. Again, this is a card that I would have to be seeing in person to make sure it's looking good. From the bottom, let's go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 368 would be where I would sell this card for at a minimum. If it was perfect, I'd be asking for even more. That would net you about a $32 return or a $425 buy it now or a minimum bid for an eBay auction. Last but not least, we've got the newcomer to the game, the pink cracked ice. This card has such few auction sales online right now that there's really no PSA 9s or PSA 10s to be seen. So 86.67% swing, a low of 270, a high of 504. And to the bottom here, we don't have any real PSA submissions to compare that to. So we're passing on that. Blue is going to be 380.18. 329.50 is seller take home. 266.12 is going to be first offer. And final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 285.98 falls right between the yellow and the red. So this is my new final offer. I'd be willing to spend up to $285 on this card and drop up 5 from the bottom here. We've got 355 gets you in the top third. That's about a $70 profit if you could swing that trade, or a 410 buy it now. So there you have it. There's 4 Victor Wembanyama rookie cards: the pink cracked ice, the cracked ice raw, the silver, and the green Prizm raw. As far as what card I personally would be hunting right now, obviously the silver. I mean, if you can get your hands on a silver for a good price, you've got a great chance of getting a PSA 10 option on it. And I mean, they just draw huge demand. Beyond that, I'm interested in the pink cracked ice, but only to the point where we start seeing some of those PSA grades come back and see what those sell for. I have a feeling once those first ones hit the market, as we typically see, they'll be going for a premium. So if you're one of the few that are getting those back soon at a PSA 10, congratulations. You made more money than you probably will 3 or 4 weeks from now. That's the way it works. So that's all I've got to share for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day.